to this new moon yin yoga session for our February new moon. It's quite a significant day today, which I'm sure most of you are aware of. We have the start of the Chinese New Year, Year of the Fire Horse. It's been much talked about, welcomed with much positivity after the Year of the Snake, right? And we have also a solar eclipse is scheduled to happen, expected to happen at some point today. I haven't followed that too closely, I have to admit. And also, it's a really special day in the yogic calendar. I believe it's Shivaratri today. For us, I'd like to really think about, just before we start, just reflect a little on Ayurveda teachings on the new moon, particularly new moon in women. So it's a time for quiet, for reflection, for introspection, perhaps for eating a little more lightly, very cleanly, giving the system a rest, giving the mind a rest. It's a time for a little reset. Also, it's a time which aligns with other perspectives on the new moon time. It's a time of release and let go, and that's quite significant for us this evening because we're going to be working particularly with this force. It's one of the 5 sub-pranas that we work with in Ayurveda and yoga. It's called Apana Prana. Apana Prana lives here in this part of the body, and it's the downward moving energy in the body, which means it governs all those kind of releasing, downward moving functions, our eliminative functions, the elimination of the bowels, emptying of the bladder, the movement of the menstrual fluid also. And so it has this theme of release in it, and that's not only physiologically, that's psychologically as well. And just, you know, when we are stressed, when we're a little bit out of balance, what can happen is this apana prana, it leaves its seat, it leaves its home, and that can leave us feeling a little displaced, a little fragmented within ourselves. So this evening we're going to do a lot of like bringing the energy back home, bringing apana prana home, and also kind of release and let go, letting go with the breath and feeling that sense of homecoming, grounding, resting back inside that can happen when we work this way. Okay, so to begin, we are going to very simply lie back and begin to regulate the breathing. So this is my maybe first, second live like this kind of format. So I can't see you and I'm not sure who's here. But I've invited new contacts and long-time contacts. So long-time contacts are probably aware that I broke my ankle a few weeks ago. So now I can actually do yin yoga because I don't have to stand up and wait there on this leg, hence this idea. But it also means I'm going to be a little restricted in the way I move, and also the practices that we do will be selective but still very much aligned with our theme. So without further ado, let's lie back, let's begin. So you might like to put a blanket across your mat if you have one. You might like to slide a bolster or your folded blanket underneath the back of your knees. We're going to lie back with or without support for the legs, turning the palms up a little distance from the body. We'll relax the shoulders, relax the face, and gently close your eyes. Feel the heels dropping into the ground. Feel the back of your legs dropping into their support. Feel your hips dropping heavily down. Your back. Can you feel the contact of the back of your shoulders with your mat? Your palms are turned up with your hands a little wider than shoulder width apart, a little distance from the body. Chin is centered over the chest. But your shoulders, your neck, your throat, your face are all relaxed. And then gently closing your eyes, can you begin to bring your awareness to the movement of your breath and its natural rise and fall in your torso. Where do you feel the breath move? In your chest, in your belly? Just with a simple noticing for now. And as the breath begins to settle, can you just take a moment to scan your body and inquire into, how do I feel in my body this evening? How is my body feeling this evening? How is my state of mind? What about my emotional state, my inner feeling world? How do I feel this evening? We're not trying to change anything, we're simply bringing in and noticing, making space for whatever is here right now. How is my energy? And then let's begin to gradually regulate your breathing to an even breath count. If you're not so used to yogic breathing, you might like to place your hands on your low belly. And we're going to feel the breath ideally move underneath the hands as you inhale, maybe to the count of 3 or 4. And to move away from the hands as you exhale to the count of 3 or 4. You're inhaling gently through the nose, following the descent of your breath down into your belly. And you're exhaling through the nose, feeling the release of your breath in your belly. Inhaling, your belly rises. Exhaling, your belly falls. You gather all the rays of your mind to the sensation of your breath as it moves in through your nose, down into the belly. And the sensation generated as your breath moves out through the nose, out from the torso. Just a couple more breaths like this. Good. And then on your next exhale, let's bend the knees, place the feet flat, and then we're going to pick the feet up and bring the knees in towards the chest. One hand on each kneecap, we'll keep the chin centered. And as you inhale, please take both knees away from you so the arms lengthen. And as you exhale, please draw the right knee in towards you. And as you inhale, take the knee away from you. exhale the left knee in. Inhale the knee away from you. Exhale right. Inhale. Exhale left. Inhale. This time as you exhale the right knee in, please turn your gaze away from your knee to the left. Inhale the chin to center, take the knee away from you. Exhale, left knee in, gaze moves to the right. Inhale to center. Let's do 2 more to each side. So already we're kind of moving into this lower part of the torso, this Sita Vapana Prana. 1 more. Good. And then with chin centered, hands to the shins, let's bring both knees in towards the chest, relax the shoulders. Maybe keep the eyes closed and perhaps you feel in this posture your breath naturally descend deep down into the belly and your exhale naturally, effortlessly lengthens here as your belly relaxes back towards the spine. In fact, this posture is called Apanasana, so it's working directly with that Apana Prana, which actually lives in the very last part of the breath also. So if you can relax right into the end of your exhale, assisting that with a little drawback of your belly, you might be aware of a subtle downward moving, releasing sensation. So relax into the end of your breath. Maybe feeling a subtle sense of release and let go. Alongside this sense of coming home to yourself, coming home to your center. A couple more like this. Good, and then please release the feet to the floor. If you have the bolster or a blanket, you might like to just slide it aside a moment. We'll lie that with both knees bent, and we're going to just pick up the right foot and draw the knee into the chest. You can keep the left foot flat on the floor, or you can slide the heel out along the mat. And just take the knee a little off center towards the outside of your armpit, outside of your chest, towards your right armpit. As you rest here, we can make circles perhaps in a clockwise direction for a moment with your right ankle. And then anti-clockwise. Good, and then relax the foot. And let's just keep the knee drawn in. Relax the shoulders, relax the face. Rest into your breath. And can you find again the movement of your breath deep down in your belly and the subtle releasing sensation there. So I'm going to hold here like this for about another minute. Nothing to do here but keep relaxing into the end of that exhalation. Feeling the end of that exhalation generating this kind of downward, moving, sinking sensation in the low belly, that releasing sensation. It's not that we make it happen. We're letting go into its natural happening by letting the exhale complete itself, giving our exhale as much time as it needs. Good, and after the next exhalation, please release your right foot to the floor. Please bend the left knee, place the foot flat. We'll turn the palms up a little distance from the body. Take a couple of breaths here. And then let's pick the left foot up. And we'll draw the left knee in. Right knee can stay bent or slide the foot out along the mat. And circles clockwise with the left foot. So I'm a little restricted here. And anti-clockwise. Good, and then relax the foot. Come to stillness, drawing your left knee towards the left armpit, keeping the right leg extending out. Engage, even though it's a yin practice, in these initial practices, this practice, let's keep that left foot, you can see I have my foot flexed, let's keep the leg like that. So we keep a little stability around the pelvic region, around the pelvis, even though we're quite passive here, doing a longer hold. Same story as with the right side. Once we're set up, the only thing we want to be doing is relaxing into the end of the breath, paying attention to moving with its movement deep down in the belly, in the lower belly. Face is relaxed, jaw is relaxed, throat and shoulders are relaxed. Couple more breaths. Good. Please bring the knee to center. Place the left foot flat. Bend the right knee, place the foot flat. We're turning the palms up, a little distance from the body. Chin is staying centered to the chest. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Let the breath be naturally arising for a moment. Perhaps you notice your breath naturally, effortlessly now, moving deep down into your low belly. Your exhale, effortlessly releasing there, generating that downward moving feeling, that sense of homecoming, coming to rest back deeply within yourself. Picking both feet up. We're bringing each knee towards its armpit, so right knee towards right armpit, left knee towards left armpit. And just gently, can you rock a little side to side, just fractionally, just enough to feel a soft massage sensation across your low back. Let's keep the jaw relaxed, shoulders relaxed. Even a sense of a little turning up out of the corners of your mouth, like the very beginning of a smile, has quite a significant effect. within energetically. We'll come to stillness. We're going to bring one hand onto each kneecap. We'll bring the knees together. As you inhale, take the knees apart. Exhale, we'll take the knees wide away from each other and in together. Inhale, knees away from you. Exhale, apart and back in. Just one more like this. And then we're going to reverse it, knees wide. As you inhale and away from you. Exhale, the knees in, together. 2. Last one. Good. Taking the knees wide, we're going to bring the soles of the feet together. So, and we'll draw the heels down towards the groin, lengthening from the inner groin to the inner knee. Tailbone drops down. You're lengthening into the base of the skull. From here we relax the face, the jaw, the throat, the shoulders. We'll hold here a little while. Again, this shape invites that same movement of the breath deep down into the belly. That same lengthening, releasing effect of your exhale. Face soft. Eyes closed perhaps. So you're looking inward, feeling inward. Mind stays less distracted perhaps this way, more present. Stay here about another 30 seconds. Surrendering, surrendering into the end of your breath. Good. Let's release the feet to the floor. Feet hip distance apart. Just sway the knees a little side to side. Now please come to center. Can you pick the right foot up? Flex the foot. Place the ankle just above the left knee. Right palm onto the inner thigh. So with the right foot flex, we just move the knee away from us by applying a little pressure to the thigh. We're keeping the tailbone dropping down. We're keeping both sides of the pelvis in touch with the mat. We're relaxing the shoulders. Relax the face. Rest into your breath. You begin to get a sense now that we're more deeply connecting with this releasing effect of your exhalation, particularly the very last part of your exhale. Of all that's not wholesome in the body and the mind, being released with each breath, falling away from you, so that each breath offers an unburdening. We'll stay here about one more minute. the shoulders relaxed. If you wish, release the right arm also to the floor. Keep that right foot flexed. Shoulders stay relaxed. Little muscles around the eyes stay relaxed. Okay, and then we're going to pick up the left foot, keeping the legs in this shape. Bring the right hand between the legs. It can meet the left hand around the back of the thigh. Those of you a little more open, you can hold around the front of the left shin. We're drawing the knee in, relaxing the shoulders. We're keeping the chin centered. We'll hold here. Feeling the breath moving deep down into the belly. So every shape, every movement this evening is intentional. Working with this kind of homecoming. Coming back to this very kind of female center also, right? This center of our reproductivity, our creativity. Can stay here a little longer, or keeping the hands around the back of the thigh, we can extend the left leg up, even pointing and flexing the foot a little. Keep that right foot flexed. Ultimately, maybe you keep the left foot still again, relaxed. Okay, we're going to bend the left knee if you straighten the leg. We're going to release the hands, bring the left foot to the floor. Can you extend your arms wide out to the side? And then we're going to lower the legs in this configuration to the left so that we come into a reclining, twisting, pigeon shape. Palms can be up or down. Chin can be centered, or gaze can be to the right or the left. Whichever is most comfortable for you. You can adjust the position of your right foot so it's closer towards you, further away. The position of your right knee until you find that sweet spot in terms of your stretch. Also, if you have a yoga brick or a folded blanket and your left knee isn't reaching the floor, then maybe you place some support underneath the knee. Once you're set up, we're going to close our eyes, we're going to relax the face, relax the jaw, relax the little muscles around the eyes. And then please now come back, perhaps at this point, to a naturally smooth rhythmical breath that effortlessly moves in your belly. Exhale, naturally lengthening. Relax, soften a little at the back of the right hip. soften the jaw. Maybe scan your body for any unconscious holding or tensing. Stay about another minute here. Again, closing the eyes helps the mind to steady as it orientates our attention inwards to the movement of the breath, to sensations arising, to all those subtle shifts that take place when we rest into the stillness of a posture like this. Okay, we're going to inhale. We'll come back, the left foot flat on the floor, uncross the legs, placing the right foot flat. Release the arms again into the Shavasana position. We'll just sway the knees a little side to side. And then please come to center. Take a moment to pause. Feel the pelvis perhaps release a little bit, drop into maybe a little deeper connection with the ground beneath you. From here, we're going to repeat the whole sequence to the other side. So, left foot, left ankle on top of the right knee, left hand onto the inner thigh, right arm can relax alongside you, little distance from the body. You're going to coax that left thigh away from you, keeping the right foot flexed, keeping your chin centered, your jaw relaxed, your throat, your shoulders relaxed. We'll stay here about a minute. And again, maybe closing the eyes. Noticing your awareness drawn deep down into the belly, where your breath rises and falls quite spontaneously. Allow your exhale. Just keep allowing it all the time it needs to complete itself. Let's allow ourselves to relax into its very end. We'll thread the left hand between the legs. We'll pick the right foot up and interlace the fingers around the back of the thigh, keeping the left foot flexed, drawing the right knee in towards the chest. If you wish, you hold around the shin. So I have to go cautiously on this side. You can pull in if you have the capacity, draw in a little more than I am right here. Wherever we are, at any time, it's fine. The thing is, we soften and release this evening. We'll stay here about 1 minute. Jaw relaxed, little muscles around the eyes relaxed. Eyes closed perhaps to support this homecoming, this inner quietening. This inward turning. If you wish, extend the right leg up. Point and flex the foot a little. Keeping your chin centered. And relax the right foot, keep the left foot flexed. Relax the shoulders. The continuity in our practice is this breath focus, this holding ourselves to the exhale pattern, to its lengthening, to its subtle quality, particularly the subtle quality at its end, downward moving, sinking, releasing. Let's release the foot to the floor. We'll keep the left ankle on top of the right knee. We're going to extend the arms out and come into our reclining, twisting posture. Chin can be wherever is the most comfortable position for you. So to the right, centered, or to the left. Same with the position of your foot. You can draw it in or take it a little away from you. Change the position of your left knee. So you find that nice sweet spot in terms of the stretch sensation we get here. Once you find your place, we're dropping into stillness, closing the eyes, letting the mind ride on that rise and fall of the breath, and release a little more each time we let go into the end of that exhalation. Relax the back of the left hip a little more, back of the right hip, your jaw. Just another 30 seconds here. Good. So inhaling, please come to center. We'll place both feet flat, hip distance apart, palms in the Shavasana position, so palms turned out a little distance from the body. Sway the knees a little side to side. And then come to stillness, drop into stillness for one breath, two breaths. Feel the weight of your pelvis dropping heavily down, shoulder girdle, back of your head. From here, let's take the bolster. If you have one, or a folded blanket. If you don't have any props, it's absolutely fine. You can still practice the next posture together. So either on the floor or on your support, we're going to bring the soles of the feet together and let the knees drop out to the side. If you have yoga bricks, you might like to support underneath each thigh. The arms are going to rest in the Shavasana position. Maybe if you're really comfortable here and the back of your hands will drop to the floor, you can have the elbows level with the shoulders and the back of the hands rest on the floor, kind of aligned with the side of your head. The chin is centered, the jaw is relaxed, the eyes are closed. And even here, even when the position of our arms is perhaps creating a little more space around the heart center, the upper torso, perhaps you notice the breath still moving deep down into the belly, your awareness resting there, your exhale releasing there. We're allowing that sense of release to complete itself. We'll keep the arms in this position for about a minute and then we'll shift them to shift the effect of the posture a little. The muscles of the eyes relax. Perhaps the corners of your mouth turn up ever so fractionally. We're going to take the hands and rest them on the low belly, making a kind of triangle shape. So I've got my index fingertips, thumb tips together, and I'm placing my palms flat. And then feel your breath descend naturally, effortlessly into that space between the hands. And release there. This is a super practice for bringing Apana Prana home. It's very nice for new moon time. Very nice anytime we feel we need a little reset. It's a great practice just before sleep. It's great anytime we feel a little restless and agitated. So feeling the inhale descend to fill this space between the hands, and the exhale, release that. Relax the back of the hips, relax the ankles. Very nice. Please release. Can you bring the hands to the outside of your thighs and bring the knees together? I'm going to slide the bolster away. you're using the bolster. We'll bring the knees into the chest and just rock a little side to side. And then feet to the floor. Can you roll through your right side? I'm going to come to sit up. Put any of your props aside. And then let's meet on the belly. Okay, so feet about hip distance apart. Elbows underneath the shoulders, forearms parallel. And just feel you draw the floor back towards you under your forearms. We're lengthening out of the belly, shoulders away from the ears, and the neck is in neutral as your gaze, soft gaze, is forward and down. If you wish, you can, of course, drop the head, let the head be heavy. So you keep the upper torso, the front torso lifted, but the head hangs heavy towards the chin. But if you want to more, take care of your neck, keep the structure of your neck in some neutrality, your chin is ever so slightly tucked, so your gaze is at like a 45-degree angle, forward and down. Soft, steady gaze. Maybe you close the eyes. And follow again the shape, the journey of your soft breath into your low belly. Maybe also you feel the breath move the back of your waist, around the area of your kidneys and your adrenals. Just a short time here. Good, and then bringing the hands back a little, so the hands are alongside the rib cage as you lower your forehead to the mat. We're going to press the hands down. We'll find ourselves on hands and knees. Please stay here a moment with the back in neutral. So that's a little dip in the low back. We'll exhale and round the back. We'll inhale and stretch the chest forward, rolling the shoulders back. Exhale and round. Inhale, lengthening forward. One more. Very nice. And come to neutral. So we're nearly done this evening. We're going to finish our postures with a nice passive yin style seated forward fold. So you can take a blanket or a cushion or something to lift the hips so that we really can tilt from the pelvis. It's not much lengthening out here like we might in a hatha practice. We're simply going to hang heavily. So if you know it's better for you, better for your back, then you can put some support under the knees so that you keep the legs a little bent to support again, maybe even more moving from the low back, from the pelvis. And we're just going to hang. Relaxing the arms perhaps to the legs or to the outside of the legs. Feel your back heavy. Can you sense that someone is placing a really big, heavy blanket over your back? So that supports your back to release to the force of gravity. With every exhale, your shoulders fall away from the ears. Your chin stays centered. We're surrendering into the end of the exhale. Eyes closed, relaxing all effort. We're simply with the breath, the effects of the breath. We'll stay about another minute. Let's slowly walk the hands back in. Come to sit upright. So if you can sit tall with the hands alongside you and your back tall, your low back long, fantastic. If you feel your low back collapsing, just take the hands behind you, not to collapse into them, but to push the floor away from you. After the forward folding, we want to create a little extension, lengthening through the spine. If you can sustain a long back, we'll even bring the arms up, press the palms towards the ceiling. Feel you're creating space between the vertebrae. Reach up a little more. And then release. Well done. Please bend the right knee. Hand around the lower leg, right hand behind you. Just for a moment, we're twisting to the right. Inhale to center. Bend the left knee. Hand around the lower leg, left hand behind you. Lengthen, engage that right leg. Exhale, twist to the left. And inhale to center. We'll lengthen both legs out. We've got the feet about hip distance apart. We're coming onto the forearms. Lift the chest, lift the low back away from the floor. Let's roll the feet in and out, in and out. And then please relax the legs, drop the back towards the floor, round the shoulders forward, hammock pose. Very nice. When you're ready, let's lie back for Shavasana. Settle into all the perhaps wonderful shifts that your practice has given you this evening. Particularly this focus on Apana Prana, on bringing prana home. Can you have the feet a little more than hip distance apart, let the feet drop out. Turn the palms up a little distance from the body. Let the shoulders relax to the floor, let your eyes gently close. Feel into the natural rise and fall of your breath. Finding perhaps now your breath established in a spontaneously rhythmical pattern, even pattern. Smooth breath. Let's do that same check-in we began with. Inquiring into how you feel in your body now. In your mind, in your feelings. energy. And as you rest here, aware of body, breath, mind, feeling state, energy, knowing that we're entering a new lunar cycle and that this makes new moons a good time to set intention. Is there a way that you can give to yourself in the coming lunar cycle? Steps you might take to support yourself more. To support this coming back to a body-mind integration that we feel at the end of practice. What steps might you take to nurture yourself a little more in the month ahead? And before we close, see that happening now already. Noticing how you feel in your body, in your mind, in your breath, in your energy. As you extend a little more self-care, kindness towards yourself in the month ahead. And then knowing that you've planted a seed of intention, which will begin to sprout and blossom as you go through the next lunar cycle. Can you gently begin to deepen your breath, to move your fingers and toes, perhaps take a stretch, finding any way to acknowledge yourself for practicing this evening. Okay. Thank you for joining me. Thank you.